So we went to the what's it called?
Interstellar.
Interstellar movie, and it has that one girl, the Princess Bride. She cut her hair really short.
Anne Hathaway.
Yeah, her. And Matthew McConaughey, he's really skinny because he just did a movie where he had to lose a bunch of weight. And so basically, this guy was an astronaut, this Matthew McConaughey. His name was Cooper. And the world started changing, and he was never able to be an astronaut. So, he lived on a farm, and farming was becoming more difficult because, I'm not really sure, no water, a bunch of stuff. So space was the answer. So, he had this daughter named Murphy, and she was scientific like him. And he and she were drawn to this place, which turned out to be a secret spot for space research and development. And they were kind of targeting him, I think. So they chose him to be an astronaut, and he had to leave his son, his daughter, and his father-in-law on this desolate Earth, which was dusty because things were changing. And so he went in their rocket they created.
Who? What? Where?
Cooper. And, they were going through a black hole, and they were trying to find planets that were sustainable for human life. And this guy, this old guy down on Earth, he lied to him, but you don't find that out till later, about the research. I'm not really sure now. Anyway, they went up in their little rocket, and they hooked onto this thing that was already up there, and everything went okay. And then they tried to find the planet, and they found an old researcher guy that was left up there, and he turned bad, tried to kill Cooper. They ran out of fuel and things like that. They went through the, what was the thing called about, not
the wormhole or the black hole?
No, the other big thing, Galactica? Galactia?
The wormhole that they went through?
No, the bigger thing.
The black hole?
Nope. The thing that drew them in.
Oh.
The super Galactia, the thing that pulled them, the force that pulled them, when they ran out of power, it pulled them in.
That was a black hole.
No, it was called something different.
It was a supernova?
Nope. Galactia or something.
They named it, but it was a black hole.
Oh, well anyway, they got hooked up in that. In the end, their machine, or their rocket, got torn up, and they each had a little pod, and she, that's the girl, she had to, he told her they had enough resources for both of them to go, but he lied to her, and then she got shipped off, and he got shipped off, and then he ended up in the fifth dimension, because there's a fifth dimension, and it's about love, I think. And in the fifth dimension, he could see back into the past where he had hurt his daughter's feelings, but what he was really doing was being her ghost and giving her clues about how to save the planet and the future, which she did. So in the end, he was in this fifth dimension sending these signals to his daughter, but time went by, and she aged, and he did not. And at the very end of the movie, he was floating around in space, and because she had advanced space research so much, they were able to retrieve him just right before he ran out of oxygen. And he woke up, and he said, "Is my daughter alive?" And they said, "Yes," only she was like 90 years old, and he's still like 35, 40. And she said, "Hey, we're cool, I knew you were my ghost." And then she said, "I'm dying, get out of here and go find the other lady that's stranded on another planet, which is sustainable for human life." Because they were on Saturn, and everything was like round. People played baseball, and the baseballs went, the houses were like all...
What are you talking about?
Saturn.
We're doing a movie review.
So Saturn, everything was round, and like when the kids were playing baseball, baseballs went and hit windows. Houses were like up above you, but it was okay. It's a peaceful, loving planet. So he snuck into the garage of space machines after his mother, and he made, no, it's not his mother, it's his daughter, but she's like 90 and he was only younger than her now. But they made peace, and then he took off and stole one of the space machines to go find this, Amelia was her name, his fellow astronaut who went in her own pod, and she was on this planet, and it showed that she had like set up camp, but she was almost ready to give up, and so he was going to get her. There could be another movie. There really could be another movie. So it was a believable movie at first, but when he went into the fifth dimension and started seeing things from the past, that's when I started questioning the validity of the possibility of this movie. So I don't think it's something that could happen. I think there's some truth in there, but he did a good job. Overall, for a long movie, it went pretty quickly. You would enjoy it. I don't know if I could take another part, or I mean another like sequel, but I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. That's all I can really say, unless you had any questions. You have questions?
What was your favorite part?
Favorite part? Okay, of course, when the son reunited with his mother, and just the age thing. Like, she had lived her whole life waiting and believing. Well, she lost faith that her dad was coming back, but something inside her kept saying, I believe, nobody else would believe. And she finally, on her deathbed, got to see her son, and they made peace.
It's not her son. It's her dad.
Father, yeah, her father. Shit. There were some cool machines, TAS and CASE, computer machines that were their sidekicks during these missions, and they took on different forms, and they were really cool. They turned into wheels, and they could get in the water. And you have any other questions?
No, that's good. So 8 out of 10?
I give it an 8 out of 10 for a long movie.
Alright, thanks.